Shame on you are the words you can hear there. The farmers shouting at Steve Reed. Steve Reed, who used to be the chief of the council in Lambeth. Not exactly a rural part of the world. Let's talk to Alan Miller, co-founder of Together Declaration today. Alan, very good morning to you. Massive demonstrations today all over the country. Devon, Cornwall, Somerset, Berkshire, Oxfordshire, Scotland, Suffolk, Worcestershire. You know, this is not going away, is it, anytime soon?
It's not going away, Mike. Farmers are furious. The public is furious. Family businesses are upset. As we know from Sir James Dyson, they're also being impacted by this IHT. If there's one thing that Rachel Reeves managed to do, it's to unite so many people against this IHT, the inheritance tax new imposition, which they had said before the election they were not going to do, and now they've imposed. So there's protests today, Mike, as you say, up and down the country. I'm in Berkshire right now. There are people that are supporting in the public, but Farmers to Action, Farmers to Action are actually doing a range of protests with tractors. We saw yesterday in Oxford the strength of it, and the day before in Yorkshire. This is going to be a week, month and year of action. The protests are not going to go away, and the government needs to have a proper rethink, come back to the table. This needs to end. Yeah,
and what do the farmers make of the fact that Rachel Reeves has gone off to China this weekend, where they're very happy to send them money for their farmers to help them with climate change, but they don't want to pay our farmers any money?
I think it really is telling that both Steve Reed yesterday did not come out and address the farmers, and Rachel Reeves is not taking this with the seriousness it's required. Our farmers and our food security is so essential to the public. The price, the delivery, the cost of food. If we don't have farms, if we can't have our own food security, we're going to be in a very similar position to energy, where we're having to ship it only from abroad, and then the prices are even more volatile. A few monopolies controlling things, and the backbone of Britain, the thing that makes Britain part of who we are. Hard-working, local, small family farmers, all gone. It's unacceptable. And I know Keir Starmer's got a lot on his hands right now, but this is the point. These protests are going to grow. Later on today, you're going to see some more things everywhere. Thank you, Talk and Mike, for actually putting this out there. But this is serious, and we know it together. The reason we're supporting it is because hundreds of thousands of our people who are in the public and family businesses are backing our farmers. And there's over 45 counties that are coming out across the country, out of the 90 counties. This is serious. Farmers are upset. They're furious. They don't normally protest, but this is not going to go away, Mike. And we're asking everyone to make sure they tell their MPs, go to togetherdeclaration.org or Farmers to Action, and you'll be able to send an email to your MP and your councillors and tell them what you think about this.
Absolutely right, because the big issue here is still the amount of money that the Labour government say that farms are going to be affected by. They keep saying it's a very small number of farms. They're wrong. Everybody accepts that the government is wrong, except for the government. The Treasury have got their figures wrong. You know, why won't they just change the view? Because, you know, everybody agrees that if there are people who are just making money and avoiding tax because they've bought some land, that's different. But they've gone after the ordinary farmers, and those are the people that need protection, right?
That's absolutely correct, Mike. The government have been trying to put out figures of 500 farms a year, as though somehow that would be okay as well, right? But actually, the numbers are more like 75,000 farms that are impacted. This is something that is enormously problematic. The Treasury have got different numbers to DEFRA. It's farcical. You know, Rachel from Accounts is saying one thing, they're saying another, but it's really, really contemptuous. And the reality is that this is an existential crisis for farmers. We're seeing the majority of farmers are family farms that are very worried. If you look at togetherdeclaration.org, or if you go to @TogetherDec, you'll see with Farmers to Action, you go to Farmers to Action page, you'll see all the videos of the family farmers telling the public why this is such a problem. And we'd ask everyone to look at them and share them, and to actually tag the government and their MPs in with this, because they're making it very clear they're not going to be able to continue if this happens. The government, if it wants to show strength and authority, should actually say, we've reflected, we've listened, we've understood, and we'll change this. If they don't do that, there's going to be a much bigger fight. This is not going away. These protests have only just begun, Mike.
No, I can see that, and we wish you the best and wish you well with it. If anyone wants to join any of the protests in whichever part of the country they're in, is there a place they can go and see where they need to go?
Yeah, you should go to Farmers to Action, at Farmers to Action, and also at Together Deck. You can have a look, and we'll be posting, and you can be getting engaged in posts all around the country.
Brilliant stuff. And I wish you well. It's a cold day out there, but these guys don't care about the cold. They're out there fighting for their lives, for heaven's sake. Alan Miller from the Together Declaration with our farmers. Top man, very, very good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Co-founder, of course, of that Together Declaration as well. I mean, yet again, another ridiculous manoeuvre by this government when they didn't need to do it. You know, the amount of money that they're going to take from these farmers who they're punishing is going to be minuscule. And also the 500 million that they are going to come with into the Treasury is going to be repossessed by the government, and it's going to be redistributed to foreign farmers. So if you're a farmer in India, if you're a farmer in Asia, if you're a farmer in Africa, if you're a farmer in South America, you're going to get British money that the British taxpayer has given up because farmers are going to be taxed so that you can have money in a foreign farm to help with climate change. I mean, what an absolute joke. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous.